King Showtime, King Showtime, it's King Showtime, King Showtime, King Showtime, King Showtime, it's King Showtime, King Showtime, King Showtime, King Showtime, it's King Showtime, time.
Here comes 6'8", 385 pounds of chaos.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina, weighing in at 385 pounds, Braun Strowman!
Clear the tracks, the train is coming through. Terrifying power and unmatched brutality. Now there's one guarantee, where Braun Strowman goes, destruction always follows. When Braun Strowman is around, no one is safe. That's an understatement, Saxton. Neither is the building we're in. Multiple-time champion around the world. There is no one else as glorious. I can think of some people.
And his opponent, representing Dirty Dogs from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, the glorious Robert Roode.
Guys, this dude looks like $1 million. That's an understatement, Cole. I think the robe alone is worth that much. You think about Roode, guys, he lives large in and out of the ring. Does Robert Roode ever stop bragging about how talented he is? Listen, when you have that much bravado, you gotta back it up, and Roode does just that. It is undeniable that Robert Roode is a polished competitor. More polished than the top of Saxton's skull. We're in for a glorious match with Robert Roode in the ring, a veteran superstar whose stone-hearted approach to competition makes him a formidable opponent.
Yeah, Roode would do anything to make his ambitions become reality. But even I have to admit that his incredible savvy in the ring has made him an enduring talent.
Roode has been doing this for a long time and with no shortage of success. But across the ring is one of the fiercest opponents in all of WWE, Braun Strowman. It's only a matter of time before the monster among men makes... Oh, hold on. Is he thinking of a submission here? Look at the torque. There's no escape from the... Nice escape. Counter by the big monster.
You know, if Robert Roode can leverage his 2 decades of experience in this matchup, it could be enough to get the win. The more he utilizes all of that incredible knowledge, the more dangerous he'll be tonight.
That's smart thinking, and I'm sure Roode won't hesitate to put those veteran ring smarts to work. He's turning the tables. Snapmare. Oh, and the rolling neck snap. Stomping down. Oh, look at a torch of their opponent. Oh, this isn't going to be good. Oh, man. Took him out with the knee. to stomping every single part of his body. And the rolling neck snap. And now Roode has all gears in motion.
You can tell Roode's putting all of his veteran skills to work, and that makes him a dangerous competitor.
Roode with an earth-shattering spine buster.
That was glorious. He's going for the pin. This could be it. 1, 2. No, he gets the shoulder up.
Almost inhuman at this point.
Kick to the gut. Glorious DDT.
Will Roode take advantage?
Pin stopped by rope break. He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle. Perched up top. Diving knee drop. He's getting pushed out into the defensive.
Well, all things considered, Cole, it's not a bad condition to be in at this point.
Time to go to school. Time to go to school. Figure 4 leg lock. Can you believe, Byron, the monster's in a submission?
Fighting with everything he's got, and he breaks out of the figure 4.
First, Strowman lifts you up. Face plant. That's what it means to get these hands.
I can barely stand to look at the devastation Braun just caused.
Then cover your eyes. For the win. 1, 2. Fights out at 2.
Now is not the time to wallow in disbelief. Pressure must be kept on.
Braun has him up. Hellacious power slams.
And that could keep Roode down.
Hurled away. God. Oh, that's just disrespect right there. I kind of like it. Strowman is taking charge. Finding out exactly what it means to get these hands. This match's brutality starting to show on him.
At this stage of the match, they are clearly starting to feel the effects of this back and forth.
Oh, sent flying. Oh, he answers back on the monster.
Roode might be waking up now.
Roode was being tested, but finally was able to get some offense of his own in.
Into the turnbuckle. Oh, ouch. Here he goes for the win. 2. And a kick out by Strowman at 2.
How in the world did he kick out? Enough already. Braun telegraphing that one.
What's coming next? Taking their time. Oh, punch to the gut. I'll take the wind right out of you. Big time hammer fist. Oh, that'll break his arm. Vicious. And look at this now. Bad intentions coming with his hold.
He's got it locked in.
He made a wrong choice. He made the tap out.
It is locked in way too tight. There is no escape.
He let it go.
Yeah, I wonder why. Roode able to evade.
This DDT. Glorious DDT.
Will Roode take advantage?
Good officiating there. Referee seeing him the ropes and breaking the count.
With an earth-shattering spine for the pin and the win.
Yes. 2, 3. And Roode is your winner.
Come on, Corey. Hallelujah.
Stop it. And here's another peek at some of the more memorable parts of the match.
Here is your your winner, the glorious Robert Roode.
And if you're getting a victory like that, you gotta be feeling pretty good about yourself.
Wow. We just saw...
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Norwich, England, Paige.
The WWE Universe already reaching a fever pitch upon their arrival, and we are just seconds away from a highly anticipated match.
She loves the reaction she receives from the WWE Universe, and I think she's gonna take that energy into the match, too.
Now the nightmare is real.
Rash, bold, and unashamed. Brutality has arrived.
And from Adelaide, Australia, Rhea Ripley.
You know, Rhea Ripley's got to be the billboard example when it comes to stealing headlines in your debut. Remember, Rhea Ripley won the Raw Women's Championship on the grandest stage of WrestleMania.
Now, you're absolutely right, Byron. Rhea Ripley is not afraid of any competitor, no matter how impressive their resume may be.
Sent a message to the entire world in the 2017 and 2018 Mae Young Classic tournaments. And here's a superstar who's been touted to display all the attributes needed to be at the top of the women's division.
I agree with that, Michael. And no matter what success she's had, I believe there's even more untapped potential in her.
And some superstars could allow praise to go to their head, but not her. She keeps focus on the task at hand.
But opposite them is the Mosh Pit Kid, Rhea Ripley. And you'd be hard-pressed to find another superstar who can match Ripley's raw power, outsmart her brutal cunning, and overcome her whole devil-may-care attitude for her competition's well-being.
Not target of the arm. Submission time. It's the Dragon Sleeper. Trouble! In trouble! Tap out!
Well-placed knees, trying to find a way out.
Oh, arm drag. Elbow drop. Piercing. And now she's climbing to the top turnbuckle.
She wants to put an end to things here. Look out!
Ripley avoids the attack.
Oh, foot just stomping down. Right to the leg. She's forced onto the defensive now.
DDT. Oh, man.
Ripley gets her back. Oh, look at the knee strikes.
Endless knee strikes. Ripley has things right where she wants them. Here we go.
Riptide. Is it enough? 2. And still hanging
scissors.
Is right. This is going to be painful. Looking for the Scorpion crosslock.
I'm over it. Here's the PTO.
Good night. You can see the agony on her face. This is painful. Can she hang on?
She might tap it.
How will she get out of this one? It wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
Oh, look at this aggression in the corner.
Yeah, boot right in the jaw.
And a mud hole is being stomped. Ooh, leg snap. And again.
Oh, a numbing blow to the chest. Taking flight.
What a splash. She gets the shoulder up.
There's some shock in the arena after that kick out.
Just carrying the opposition anywhere they want.
Getting tossed.
Impressive assault from Rhea Ripley.
And the upper hand belongs to Rhea Ripley.
Attack right to the sternum. And she knew Ripley's game plan.
Yeah, she's able to momentarily stop the bleeding, but will she also gain command of this match?
Tap! Tap! You feel like hope is starting to fade away right now. She might be just moments away from tapping out.
Not sure why, but she releases the hold.
Well, I think she sensed her opponent was about to break free.
She's losing some steam now.
This is where endurance becomes so important in the late stages of the match.
Punch right to the face. The heart of these competitors is showing through tonight.
The adrenaline is coursing through their veins.
Up across the shoulders.
Right into a spine buster. Able to get the advantage here. Ripley is squaring her sights, extremely vulnerable.
Paige. Man, Ripley considered that a learning experience.
The cover. 1, 2, 3.
A major victory in her career tonight. And here's another look at what made that match so special.
Your winner, Paige.
A taxing victory here.
Getting it done the hard way.
After this win, you cannot question the heart and determination of this superstar.
Well said, Byron. I don't think anyone will be questioning that from now on.
For Bobby Lashley, business is always good.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 273 pounds, the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Already such an accomplished career, but he's got a lot more to prove. The almighty Bobby Lashley.
We are about to witness a display of dominance.
And business is about to be done.
One of the signature superstars in NXT history.
The self-proclaimed greatest sports entertainer in history.
And his opponent from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds, the WWE Champion, Tommaso Ciampa!
Tommaso Ciampa calls himself the Blackheart because he makes no distinction between friend and foe inside the ring.
And Byron, that never bodes well for Ciampa's opponents. A man driven by desire and passion, which is interpreted by some as unbridled ruthlessness.
Now you look at Ciampa, you look at a guy who has threatened careers, ruined psyches, and that's for the people he actually likes.
That's the genius of being able to take the humanity out of the equation.
Some love him, some loathe him, but everyone respects him.
Well, lucky for him, Ciampa's not here to make friends. He's here to put food on the table for his family.
And Ciampa will not stop until he gets exactly what he wants.
The Almighty is here, and just look into Lashley's eyes. His goal is to seriously hurt his opponent, and he can do just that.
Lashley's ability can put you in survival mode very quickly.
The Almighty has proven that he is definitely in the hurt business, and business is very, very good.
But let's talk about Tommaso Ciampa, a superstar with a unique all-or-nothing approach to in-ring action. Few are as bold as Ciampa.
There's no attack too dangerous. Flying!
DDT with diving delivery.
Amazing.
Well-placed kick.
Stops the kick.
Counter after counter.
Ooh, well measured.
Severe damage being inflicted to the back. Big punch finds its mark.
Set up in the corner of the ring.
Oh, the spine buster.
There's plenty of things that make Tommaso Ciampa a dangerous opponent. What's the #1 thing to keep in mind against Ciampa?
I'd say it's Ciampa's lightning-fast reflexes in the ring. If you give him even a...
Oh, look at the start of this. Could be going into the playbook for submission.
Oh, look at the torque.
The official asking him as he...
Trying to find a way out. Right hands to the top of the skull over and over, and he's out.
Ciampa gets countered there.
Oh, running STO plants him.
Nicely done.
And Ciampa was on the wrong end there.
Lashley put some serious hurt. Oh no, getting in position. What's he planning to do here?
Oh, this one's over. Kneeing his way out. And he's free.
Oh, he retaliates. Lashley creates an opening with a counter.
Absolutely chucked by a German suplex. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Just awesome. Survival mode against Lashley could be the only option now.
Will it be? 1, 2. And still in this.
Getting dangerously close to ending it all there.
With the counter.
Tommaso managing to get some control back now.
Now's the chance for him to get back into this match.
Cinching in the hurtlock.
Lashley's got it locked in. Hurtlock is in.
He's in complete control. Opponent has nowhere to go. Could be tap out time.
A normal man would have submitted.
And he may have felt his grip slipping, so he releases the hold.
Still was able to produce some considerable.
He may get the 3 count right here.
I think so.
Foot on the ropes to save the matchup. That was close.
He switches it back around. Boom! He's taking some good hits.
Measuring. Oof. Face stop.
Big forearm.
Ciampa. Fairy tale ending. Is there any air left in Lashley?
What a kick out. I don't believe it.
Lashley able to find more power in that endless tank of his to get the shoulder up.
Pure and unfiltered disbelief on the face of Ciampa. He thought this was over, but this match will continue. Have you ever seen such disdain from this superstar for the other? This is so chaotic. They've taken sky high. Lashley is unable to stop any attack.
The black heart continues beating.
It's mounted with punches and not. Oh, a nasty stop to finish it off.
No, that'll break his arm. Vicious.
I think we're gonna see it, gentlemen. The power bomb. Wow, what impact!
Project Ciampa.
Into the cover.
1, 2.
No, stops the count at 2.
He refuses to stay down.
Pure instinct.
Lashley is reeling. Bobby is in real danger now. Ciampa's attack is thwarted.
Lashley's pushing back now.
The U-turn he needed in this match could have been right there.
Ciampa avoids damage.
That'll break his arm. Vicious. Tommaso Ciampa in quite a bind.
And this is, well, it's not looking good.
What are they going to do here? Oh, the cloverleaf!
Check out the torque on the back.
Cloverleaf's in!
Bobby Lashley is starting to fade.
The old... Oh, and he's able to find enough grip to fight out of the hold. Crucial escape here. Turning the tables. Oh, Lashley with good timing on the reversal.
This is cinching in the hurtlock.
It's cinched in deep.
He's got it locked in. It's locked in.
Now would be a wise time to submit.
Taps out. Bobby Lashley with the W. Well, this is one matchup that lived up to its billing and then some.
Here is your winner, the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Ended this match with a big win under his belt.
I don't know why Ciampa lost tonight, but I know it definitely wasn't karma.
More like bad strategy.
The following contest is a tornado tag team match. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 532 pounds, Chad Gable and Otis, the Alpha Academy.
Matches like these, with talent of this caliber, this is why sports entertainment is an art form.
opponents, at a combined weight of 336 pounds, Lindsay Dorado and Kalisto Lucha House Party!
Take a look at the talent in competition here. You can see exactly why the WWE Universe is so amped up for this one.
And as you can see, everyone is legal in this match. You can pin any opponent at any time, making this match aptly called a tornado match.
Dorothy, we are not in Kansas anymore.
Good night. What a shot! He turns it around on Lindsay.
Kalisto sidesteps.
Overhand right lands.
Oh my gosh! Oh, into a powerbomb.
The stomping every single part of his body.
An agile escape.
Drops the hammer.
Right on the lower back. Whoa, leaping through the air.
Penny predicament, shoulders down.
You can pick up your teeth in the third row. At this point in the match, I'm surprised the ref didn't too.
He's getting a little battered now.
Punch right in the head.
Otis with the reversal.
Vicious. The arm absorbing the damage. Jumping elbow drop.
Dorado is out of the way.
Oh, foot just stomping down. And he's able to reverse.
Across the shoulders, up and
Boom shot. Stationary position, turns around. Moonsault.
Incredible agility.
Goes into the pin. And Chad Gable powers out.
That was a long 2 count there. Quick strike to the lower body.
Answering back.
He is delivering elbow after elbow.
Flipping the script on him there.
Back and forth from these competitors.
Great counter, impressive ring IQ on display there. Stationary position, turns her. He saw it coming, taking advantage.
He went right into that turnbuckle. Right to the knee.
He's struggling a bit here. Oh, look at the well-placed elbow right on the mark.
Hold on a second. He might be finding a submission hold here. Just straining the body.
And there's the save.
Take a good look at a real-life Titan, folks.
Oh, Dorado caught by the counter. Oh!
Right to the back. Great job refocusing to reverse that.
Oh, drop. Hurricane! And Kalisto fends him off.
Enough already. Heading back to the ring.
He climbs into the ring, placed into the corner, lugging a little out of it, up on that turnbuckle. Innovative. He is just reeling from that offense. And there's the cover.
Soaring.
No, stops the count at 2.
And you got to think he's just one final blow away from not kicking out next time.
Turned that one around.
Nothing Otis can do after that.
Gets him with the counter. Somehow he kicked out.
Are we sure that wasn't 3? Just about as close as you can get it.
All of that work, all these big moves, and still didn't earn the fall.
Quick strike to the lower body.
Knew what was coming there.
Military press.
Quick exchange of counters there.
Reversal. Can he take advantage? No. That'll break his arm. Vicious. No way. Oh, what a count. Cross landing.
competitors are still surviving is beyond explanation.
Sharp elbows to the body, looking to fight his way out. Sharp elbows to the body, looking to fight his way out.
Great counter.
Here we go.
Exploder suplex. He's in a little bit of trouble now.
Oh, shoulder, elbow, all effective with that.
Finds a counter for Gable. In the corner he goes, a perfectly placed target. Shifts it back onto him.
Foot to the gut.
He gets sent down to the floor. Shoulders down. This one is headed outside, guys. Shoulder up. Thought he had him.
You gotta be kidding me.
These superstars have toiled away endlessly, and this crowd is on their feet in full appreciation.
An incredible sight to see.
A quick reversal by Kalisto.
Lightning fast.
Enough already.
Deep arm drag. Oh my God. Moonsault. He's taking this to the floor now. Rolling through into a kick. Whack. Oh God. He may get the 3 count right here.
This is it.
Finally, it's over. Let's take another look at these guys getting after it.
Here are your winners, Toronto and Kalisto, Lucha House Party.
Kalisto leads his team to victory.
What a win. These two had no trouble adapting to the...
When y'all wanna go big, then say that.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 271 pounds, Big Time!
You're looking for someone who stands by their allies and is good for their word? This is who you're looking for.
The only word this person's good for is doormat. It's written right in their face.
The competition level has never been higher, but this guy's ready to prove he can hang.
Wow, feast your eyes.
A one-of-a-kind Croatian titan, ready to stomp out the opposition.
And his opponent from Kingsborough, Massachusetts, weighing in at 270 pounds, Dominik Dijakovic.
Well, he endeared himself to the WWE Universe and his peers with classic NXT matches.
Dijakovic earned incredible respect through his hard work.
remarkable blend of size and agility.
Yeah, he moves like a man half his size.
And Dijakovic can also take to the skies.
That makes him a rather intimidating opponent. You're looking at a well-traveled superstar who has seen a lot in the ring.
With experience comes confidence. There's nothing you could throw at this competitor that could faze him in the slightest.
He'll be looking to utilize that wisdom in this matchup.
But across the way is a man who's rededicated his focus. Someone who's been spending extra time training and scouting for his competition. Dominik's firing on all cylinders.
Looking for a little bit of high risk here, it seems.
Here we go.
Oh, and he doesn't connect. Oh, look at this here, guys. Look at this. Dijakovic retaliates.
Whoa, just floating through the air.
Cover. 2. A kick out before 3.
We'll see if this is the start of a rally.
He's got the answer for that one.
Kick to the gut.
Cranked around into a neck breaker.
And finds a counter. Just punched him right in the mouth.
Relentless.
Enough already.
Dominik Dijakovic has so many tools at his disposal. What's his key to victory tonight?
I know Dijakovic can be flashy when he wants to be, but when you're 6'7", 270 pounds like he is, I don't see why you wouldn't just use your size as an advantage. Cranked around into a neck breaker.
And able to beat Dijakovic to the punch.
Kick to the gut. Neck breaker.
Super kick. The damage he's taken is starting to pile up.
Oh, man, what a leg drop. Climbing up top. He's got big plans.
Oh, my God. And nobody's there.
A well-timed dodge. Here it comes. Special delivery.
He can do it here. 1, 2. He narrowly avoids the count.
Couldn't quite slam the door yet. There you go, Paul.
Setting up. Oh, he knew what was coming.
Perched on the shoulders. Feast your eyes.
Dijakovic on the cusp of ending it.
Shoulders down.
2. And he's still in the game.
You gotta be kidding me.
Surviving that maneuver is absolutely amazing.
I've lost count of how many times this match should have ended by now. That's insane!
Driving corkscrew moonsault.
Up across the shoulders.
Boom! Feast your eyes. Is that enough for Dijakovic? Try to end it. 1, 2, 3.
And he win! That may be one of the biggest wins of his career.
This superstar picks up a huge victory here tonight. Much deserved, Michael.
Yeah, but I don't think his opponent is happy about losing here. I mean, he's got to be humiliated and embarrassed. He thought he was going to win this match.
Well, I kind of did too.
A multi-time WWE champion, former Royal Rumble winner, one of the greatest of all time, Rey Mysterio.
The
ultimate underdog who is still a thrill to watch after 30 years.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Mysterio!
Hey, he's the biggest little man in WWE history. He's the greatest underdog we've ever seen.
This is a superstar who's made a career of slaying giants and defying odds.
Well, you know, this ominous tune is just a prelude to the toll of man. We await the appearance of the sinister, multi-time NXT champion, a competitor with seemingly no weaknesses, no fears, and here he is, Karrion Kross.
The time has come to fall and pray.
The beast is in the house!
And from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 295 pounds, Brock Lesnar!
The most decorated combat athlete in history. Brock Lesnar is hazardous to your health.
I felt the wrath of Brock Lesnar. You don't want to get in the ring with this man.
You don't want to get in the ring with him. You don't want to get in the cage with him. You don't want to eat breakfast with him. Brock Lesnar will hurt you wherever he's at.
I'm trying not to make eye contact with him.
The most decorated combat athlete in the world.
Three competitors at odds with each other. Now look to settle things in this triple threat match with Rey Mysterio, Kross, and Brock Lesnar.
Preparation will be key. All three competitors have to come into this match with a game plan. Had to come in with an idea of what it'll take to isolate an opponent.
Now trampling the opposition.
And he had raised number there.
Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
One after another.
The sound of this crowd is deafening, and he's asking for more.
Oh, the reversal by Kross. Oh, man, taking it to the trachea.
These two showing how well scouted they each are.
Boy, what sort of game plan works for a superstar going into a triple threat match?
You absolutely need superior ring awareness. Far too often we've seen superstars forget about the other opponent and end up getting blindsided.
Buckle up, this is gonna hurt.
Still going.
Beats the Madron. Whatever's playing here can't be good.
Dropped right on their face.
Knee to the jaw. Getting back into the ring. Off into the pin.
Getting that shoulder up seemed to be pretty easy.
Great reversal.
Oh yeah, let's just all take a moment to truly appreciate and embrace his presence.
This match grinded him down a little.
Tossed without regard.
Vicious right forearm.
Lesnar with a waist.
Counters. This could be an opportunity.
Perfect drop kick.
Drop kick on target. Oh, he slammed with oof.
Carefully placed stomp to the arm. Oh, look at his aggression, just pure brutality.
Not easy.
This is gonna hurt.
With the doomsday Saito.
He returns to the ring. That could have been it right there.
What's coming next?
No! Let him break his arm. Vicious. Oh, has them in position. Here it comes.
619.
And right now, frog splash.
Braun's down. The beast is wounded.
Brought down with a neck breaker.
From behind.
Six up. Inverted DDT.
Ooh, chopping down the opposition. What awareness seeing Ray coming.
And now he's giving you all another chance to simply take it all in.
He's on his heels a bit now.
This should come as no surprise. In a havoc-filled triple threat, you're going to take some big hits.
Got to find a way to get out of this. Lands face first. Oh, knee smashing the face.
Brace for impact. Here it comes. The beast incarnate with a bang. That's it. Brock's got this. Face first. Uh-oh. Carefully measured.
Oh, man, leg drop arm breaker.
Hooked up.
Missed timing with that springboard.
Chicken wing underhook.
Mysterio with great evasion. The adrenaline is pumping, and the WWE Universe is on his side.
Here we go.
You ready for it?
Almost smashed. Drop kick.
Great athletic
You've got to wonder how much has been taken out of these superstars thus far.
And is there anything left?
Kross fires back.
Kross lining up his prey.
Into the ring now.
Right to the kidneys from behind.
He is mentally and physically exhausted now.
He needs to get himself some room to regroup fast.
Lesnar on the wrong side of that exchange.
Carefully placed stomp to the arm.
Powerless position to be in right now.
Oh, just bounced that face like a basketball.
Pinpointing the leg. He has a task at hand but prefers to be showboating right now. Did you hear that impact?
Chicken wing, underhook, half suplex. Gosh. Oh, what a Mayorana. Double stomp.
He deflects it right back. What a shot.
Oh, I think we're gonna see it. Lesnar.
F5.
Oh, my.
The soul just left Ray's body.
Lesnar is done.
Here's a few clips from the last match for us.
Here is your winner, Brock Lesnar!
Quite the impressive victory, coming out on top against two very capable, very prepared competitors.
I have to say, I'm just as impressed by this win as the WWE Universe.